I used that. It's YeaJord and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to all 32 team mascots ranked in the NFL. I have no idea what the mascots look like. I'm just going to expect that they're going to look like the logos, kind of. Because in the NBA, you know, like the mascots are related to the team's heritage or whatever they're called. You know what I'm saying? Let's sort of talk. Let's jump into the video, eh?
So out of the 32 NFL franchises, 4 of them do not have official mascots. Some of them have unofficial mascots, but none of them have official ones. So let's start out with number 32, the New York Giants. I'm using their mascot from a
that just looks
commercial,
stupid,
which is whatever this monstrosity is. It looks like a giant baby in a Giants uniform. Campbell's Soup, I think, used it for a commercial, but other than that, the Giants don't officially have a mascot. But to include him in this list, I had to put something here. So this is pretty scary. I'm pretty terrified. Probably scares a lot of your kids. But this is the mascot and number 32, the New York Giants. Number 31 is the Washington Redskins with their unofficial mascot.
That's just someone's uncle, though. Like, look. Somebody's uncle.
Chief Z was basically a super fan of the Washington Redskins. He would dress up in like a Native American
Okay,
costume.
that's nice. That's nice.
He died in July of 2016, but a lot of fans knew him around the stadium, and I believe he would go to every home game. So he's basically just a dude dressed up as a Native American. He has the feathered hat, and he has outfit. He's in the Redskins colors. He's gonna have to be number 31 because he's unofficial, but he's on this list nonetheless.
See, that's a nice touch, you know what I mean? Like an old school fan becoming the unofficial mascot. That's so cool.
Number 30.
I wish they did that here.
New York Jets
with football.
Their unofficial mascot, Fireman Ed, who is also a super fan of the New York Jets.
Someone's dad.
Every home game, all he does really is just wear a Jets jersey, and then he has a fireman hat in the Jets style with the Jets colors. He's one of the guys that are well known to start the Jets chant, which is Jets, 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 and he's unofficial. But
yo, you need to watch a video of English soccer fan chants compared to American. We put you to shame.
Nonetheless, I gotta put the Jets on the list, and they're at number 30. Number 29 is the Green Bay Packers. They also don't have an official mascot, but I made an exception for them.
Cheesehead. Wow, how
really
intimidating.
well known for the cheesehead. A lot of fans wear it to the stadium to support the team, and many of them have the cheesehead. So they don't really have an official mascot or an unofficial mascot, but I'm gonna put them in at number 29 because of the idea behind the cheesehead and how the whole fan base embraces it. Now moving on to the official NFL mascots, we start out here with number 28, the Raiders and Raider Rusher. And this mascot
just looks
is
scary.
pretty scary and probably the worst one in the league. It's basically just a helmet with a guy inside, just a face, and then legs attached to it with hands inside.
Imagine being a kid and that chasing you.
He does have the Raiders
when you're
colors,
training.
black and silver, but he's pretty terrifying, and I know little kids are probably scared of him too. Number 27, we have the Chargers with Boltman, and he's a pretty scary looking mascot as well.
It looks like a Marvel character. Oh my god.
Kind of looks like to me that his face is melting off from like the sun. I mean, the whole helmet kind of looks plastic in most of the pictures that he's in. But he does have some pretty cool dad shades, and he's wearing basically just a normal Chargers uniform with the number 1. His head's definitely pretty scary. Sorry about that, Chargers fans. But he does look pretty scary, and he's definitely really low on my list. Number 26 on this list, we have the Patriots.
Oh my god.
That's Patriot. And
of course that's the Patriots.
Patriot, I guess, with
simple as fuck, old school.
On.
You know what I mean?
Really resembling anything from the Revolutionary War. Maybe you can say Paul Revere, possibly, but not.
I bet that thing stinks. It looks like fabric. Oh, I bet that thing stinks. God damn.
Simple, and his face is kind of scary as well. You don't want to see him running after you. So I'm gonna give him the number 26 spot. Number 25 is the Cowboys Rowdy. He's pretty creepy. His face is a little too happy in my opinion. He's basically just wearing a normal Cowboys uniform, and he's got the cowboy hat on, which looks pretty cool. It's probably the best part of the costume, but everything else is pretty basic. His face, definitely terrifying in my opinion. Doesn't really resemble a cowboy. I'd much rather them have like an actual person just be a cowboy on the field and be their mascot instead of having this really scary human face. I've noticed a lot of the mascots actually with human faces don't really look that good and are kind of scary. So I'm not really a big fan of this one. Number 24 on this list, I have the Saints.
They have
Sir
two?
Saint. He'd be way lower on my list if it wasn't for his sidekick Gumbo, which is his dog. But Sir Saint is pretty ugly. He's got a
he's got a ball sack chin.
Completely unnecessary. I don't understand why they have this here. But his chin's huge. He reminds me of the Crimson Chin. I don't know what they thought when they made
It reminds me of a nutbag.
this mascot, but he does not look good. Number 23 on this list, we have the Buccaneers with Captain Fear, and he's supposed to be resembling like a pirate.
I mean, it does resemble a
invading,
pirate-ish, kind of.
But he looks more like a toddler dressed up as a pirate. I mean, it's pretty scary. The face doesn't look good at all, and for some reason they gave him a unibrow. He just doesn't really look that good at all. I don't know what this is. I'm not a big fan of this mascot. Number 22 on this list, we have the 49ers with Sourdough Sam, and he's supposed to resemble a California gold miner because that's what the 49ers
That looks like a cowboy.
supposed to resemble as well. He basically is just wearing a 49ers jersey, and he's got some overalls. He's got a cool pickaxe, which I'm a big fan of, but his face, man, it's kind of scary too, you know? Human faces do not work on mascots. I don't know what these teams are thinking. Feel like if they just used an actual person, it would.
You know, the mascots underneath this smiling mask are probably like, but the mask making them look like. I couldn't do that job, man.
He's number 22 on my list. Number 21, we got the Steelers with Steely McBeam. And
why do they not look
a
cool?
Construction worker who would build skyscrapers back in the day. And out of all the human mascots, this one is basically the best one. He does look pretty good, and he's got a steel beam over his shoulder. It looks really good, and that's why he's a little bit higher on my list at number 21. Number 20, we got the Dolphins TV.
Okay, I like that. That's cool.
He's basically just a dolphin in a Miami Dolphins uniform. He looks pretty good, though. He has the small helmet, which is kind of funny, and that's what they have in the logo. But overall, he's in the uniform. He looks really good. He doesn't really have anything iconic about him.
Boy, I bet that must be hot wearing that in Miami. God.
And he works pretty well, and I'm sure a lot of the Miami fans really like him, and he looks really good as a mascot. At number 19, we have the Panthers with Sir Purr.
Why do they have a 300-pound Jaguar?
He's got the black fur of the Panther and the blue eyes, which really matches the Panthers' colors. And he basically just wears the Panthers jersey with Sir Purr on it. I do know one of his things is he pounds like a drum, which is pretty iconic for a mascot. And I think overall he looks really good and is a good representation of the Panthers and the team in general. Number 18, we have the Ravens with Poe. And he's basically just a raven, black raven. He's got the cool.
The teams with animals on their logo,
basically just a good
it just
mascot,
makes sense.
Nothing too special.
To have an animal mascot,
Sure
do you know what I mean?
Kids like it who go to the Baltimore Ravens games, and he brings a fun atmosphere to the crowd and the game and just the people in general. So he's a good-looking mascot overall. Number 17, we have Freddie Falcon for the Atlanta Falcons. And in my opinion, he's a good mascot.
I like that. I like the animal ones. They look nice,
in my opinion,
clean.
His feathers a little bit too ruffled for me. I'm sure he really entertains the crowd and the little kids in the Falcon Stadium, and he probably does a great job letting them forget all the sad playoff games that they had and overall disappointment they had in the city of Atlanta. Sorry about that, but he's a good mascot.
Wait, so the Atlanta, they have the Falcons
is the Vikings
and the
with
Hawks.
Victor, the
basketball.
Viking. He's a pretty good looking mascot as well. I believe the Vikings had a human-like mascot who used to blow a huge horn and used to pump up the crowd. I think they got rid of him. Now they got this fake one, I guess, but he does look pretty cool. He's got like a football axe instead of a normal one, and he does really resemble the Vikings logo and colors and brand pretty well, so it's a good mascot. Number 15, we have the Colts with their mascot named Blue.
What is
He's
that?
supposed to resemble like a horse, but
It's like a retarded horse.
That. I mean, I guess you can argue that's a horse, but not really. He's got some pretty cool stuff. He's a little bit fatter than normal mascots, which is fun. He can do his belly wiggling thing that the Philly Fanatic does, and he just overall is a decent mascot, and I actually like him. I know a lot of people think he's kind of creepy, but I like him, so there we go. Number 14, we have the Bengals with Houday, or as I like to call him, Tony the Tiger.
Bingo.
He's basically just a tiger. Tony the Tiger looks the same. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the Tiger mascot. I mean, this is a pretty decent mascot. Nothing too bad about him. Not really any serious flaws, so looks good. At number 13, we have the Lions with their mascot Rory. And just like the previous one, it's pretty hard to mess up a lion mascot. But in general, this one looks pretty good.
It
So
looks to the main. It doesn't look like a tiger. A tiger. A lion. It doesn't look like a lion. It's too dark. Lions are lighter than that. This color fur here is normally on their mane, and then this fur is even lighter.
Jersey
Search up what a lion looks like.
I like this mascot a lot. It looks really good, and good job on the Lions. Number 12, we have the Titans with T-Rack, which is a raccoon mascot. You'd think that the Titans would have like a mascot that resembles like a Titan or a Spartan, or something to do with Greek mythology possibly. But they have a raccoon, which I think is actually kind of original, and I really like it a lot. It's pretty accurate, and I think it looks really good. Number 11 is the Jaguars with Jackson DeVille. And he's a pretty cool mascot. He's the Jaguar, but he's really well known across the NFL for doing some pretty funny stuff and entertaining the crowd really well. I believe he even got some mascot rules changed back a few years ago. So he's pretty funny, and he's a little bit fatter than the typical mascot, but he looks really good, and the sunglasses are a great touch to this mascot and makes him look really cool. At number 10, we've got the Bears with Staley the Bear, and he's
I like that.
just a simple Bears
clean
mascot. He looks
it
really
looks
good, though,
real-ish.
I do like how they made
fur
him
is
a little bit
right.
grumpy. His eyes are a little bit angry and grumpy.
Yeah, but that's the
It really
intimidation
adds to the
factor.
mascot
You know what I'm
character.
saying?
And I believe he was named after the Decatur Staleys, who used to actually be the franchise before they became the Chicago Bears. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but he does look really good and is pretty accurate to what a bear would look like as a stuffed.
Exactly.
Number 9, we have the Rams with Rampage.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's just basically a
I like
mascot.
that.
He is pretty accurate.
It's
to
not
the
fat.
Team colors and the brand.
It's
But
tight.
Some people say that his face
It
is a
looks
little bit too
hench.
furry,
It looks
but
strong.
I think he's good.
Intimidation
and
factor.
He's just a solid mascot all around. At number 8, we've got the Chiefs with their
just looks
mascot
silly.
Casey Wolf. He's really fun for kids, and he.
I
Looks
think
pretty
that's just
funny
supposed
too,
to
and
look
I
silly
really
on
like him.
purpose, bro.
He's probably one of my
Look
favorite
at the eye.
mascots. I know I have him at number 9, but he looks really good in general, and his really cool Hawaiian pants I'm a big fan of, you know? Number 7, we have the Cardinals with their mascot Big Red.
Okay.
And he's just basically a
I like the
cardinal
color.
mascot. He looks really good. The bright red is very vibrant, and I really like the bird mascots in general. That's my personal
Ah,
opinion.
my foot.
So I think
it's itching.
Big Red looks
Woo.
really good as a mascot and pretty accurate to what an actual cardinal looks like. At number 6, we have the Broncos.
That
with their
looks
mascot,
sick.
Miles.
I like this. That's cool. That colorway, that's unique, and especially with the eyes as
The
well.
orange
I fucking
mane
like
and
that.
The orange tail, but overall he's just a white stallion horse, and I think he just looks really good, and the colors on him look great. The orange and the white really make each other stand out, and the blue accents really add to it as well. So I think he looks great as a Broncos mascot. At number 5, we have the Philadelphia Eagles with their mascot Swoop, who is a bald eagle. And he looks really good and resembles a bald eagle pretty well.
Yeah.
He's wearing the normal
Bald
Eagles
eagle.
jersey and
Simple,
pants.
clean.
He looks just very good and probably one of my favorite mascots. Obviously, you can tell he's in my top 5. Number 4 for the Buffalo Bills, we have Billy Buffalo, who is just a very large blue
That is
buffalo
nice.
or bison, which is what the Buffalo Bills are named after. He looks really good, and I know that the Buffalo Bills logo is blue, so it kind of makes sense. He looks really good and is a great idea for mascot in my opinion. At number 3, we have the Texans with their mascot Toro. And Toro is a bull,
I mean, it's clean and
he
simple,
resembles the
but
bull really well. He's a little bit darker blue like the Texans colors, and he's just fun and probably creates a lot of entertainment.
I mean, it is
for
the colors of the
kids,
team, so you can't complain.
fans of the Houston Texans. So I think he's a great mascot in general. At number 2, we have the Browns with their mascot Chomps, who is a dog, and basically he's like the perfect mix of an angry dog and a happy puppy. He looks really good as well, and he gets approval from everyone. I saw a lot of other lists ranking mascots, and he's really high up on most of the lists. So
Yeah,
a
I
lot
like
of people
that.
like him, me included.
It's funny.
He's one of my 2 favorites.
One for the kids.
Finally, number 1, we have the Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh,
with their
that looks
mascot,
sick.
Blitz. And basically, he's
That
like
looks
a perfect
nasty.
mix of my favorite bird mascots, and he's pretty intimidating.
I love the
Look at his
colors.
face, and his name's Blitz, which is also intense and intimidating. So
Yes,
he's probably the
intimidation
best
factor
mascot
100.
in the NFL, in my opinion. So he looks really good, and the colors look really cool, and just overall, just a great mascot. Probably my favorite in the whole entire NFL.
Yeah, that's my
Now,
favorite.
guys, in the comment section below, please type up
Hey, that's the end of the video. If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe, share the video. Leave down in the comments below some videos you want me to react to. And if it fits on the channel, I'll get that done for you. Been your boy YeaJord. Love yourself and take care.